In this video, I'll show you how to use the booster bot on the undervalued OTC market and how to make money with it, since many people don't know how. So, in this video, we're going to take a look at the booster bot in action. Let's get started. First currency pair, Euro/Swiss franc gold. Grow balance to $100,000 OTC. I select the first currency pair, go to the booster bot, and choose the same currency pair there. Now we wait for a signal from the bot, and we get a buy signal with a probability between 60 and 70%. And right from here, we open a buy trade. Next in this video, I'll show you what exactly these percentages mean, what the reversal percentages are for, and what volatility is. Basically, we'll break down these factors, and after this video, you'll be able to confidently make money with booster bot on the OTC market. So let's watch the first trade. And I give my first $920, a pretty good profit. Let's open the next trade for $1,500 and see which currency pairs are worth choosing. The most important thing to understand is that all these markets can have very unstable movements, so we need to pick pairs with good movement. But right now, by the way, all the currency pairs are showing good movement. I can't even show you an example. The only thing we can observe are these kinds of gaps. So, at this moment, the pattern on OTC changes, since OTC is made up of patterns. And accordingly, we can understand that this is one chart, then we have a second chart after that. This whole area, we can mark it like this. And right here, there was another pattern. So, OTC is constantly changing its patterns, and accordingly, BoosterBot reads them perfectly. Let's look at an example of a trade on a good currency pair. Basically, like I said, the movement is good everywhere right now. In other words, there aren't any currency pairs that we could skip. It's actually very rare for that to happen, and honestly, that makes me happy. I select the currency pair, British pound to dollar, and choose the same pair in booster. I pick the OTC market and select 1 minute for the trade. And I get a buy signal with excellent percentages. Right from here, I open my buy trade for 1 minute, and let's break down what exactly these percentages mean for a successful trade entry. This value indicates how you analyze the market and how soon you will catch trades, since the bot integrates quickly into your account. For example, you might open a trade in about 10 minutes. Accordingly, it will calculate the signal based on that timing. So, if we have a good entry point, it will let us know that we have a high probability of a successful trade. The second value affects the reversal. By the way, the values are really high right now, and honestly, I probably should have skipped this trade, but I didn't notice it right away, and now I could be taking a big risk. Yeah, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. As you can see, we had a strong reversal. So what was that? Our booster bot spotted a good upward movement, but at that moment, again, let's remember that the OTC market is made up of patterns. It saw that a reversal was about to happen. I didn't listen, didn't notice those percentages, and as a result, I opened a trade to go up. And on top of that, the volatility was really low. So ideally, I should have skipped this trade and paid attention to those two factors. Because of them, it wasn't worth opening the trade. Basically, the probability of a reversal is when a new pattern kicks in. And, for example, we had an upward movement. Our analysis is correct, but if the booster sees that the pattern might switch and everything could suddenly go down, it will give a warning about that. Even though our entry was good, it's my fault. I didn't listen to BoosterBot, not the bot. Let's cover this loss with the next trade, a loss of $2,500. I'm choosing US dollar to Japanese yen. Here, it seems like no new patterns are forming. This currency pair is behaving well, so we'll choose the same currency pair in the booster. By the way, you can go to the link in the description right now and activate this robot. And by the way, I'm going to skip this signal too, because the chances of a successful entry into the trade are very low here. Alright, I'll skip this one, but you can go ahead and activate the booster bot using the link in the description. It literally takes just 10 minutes, and you can confidently start earning with it. And if you have any questions, just message our support account. The team there will help you out and answer all your questions. So, I'm leaving all the links in the description. Now, let's look for another currency pair. US dollar to Canadian dollar. I'm choosing this currency pair. We'll also select it in the booster bot. And now, the trade duration. On the OTC market, I recommend using either 1 minute or 3 minutes. This is a different trade. Once again, I'm checking the sell signal. and right from here, I'm opening a 1-minute sell trade. So what do we have here? Our success rate for entering a trade here is between 72 and 80%, which is a good percentage. Basically, we work with anything from 65 to 80%. These are really good signals, and anything above that is very reliable, so you can pretty much ignore all the other parameters. But if it's between 65 and 80, then we look at the second parameter. Here, if it's less than 40, then we can confidently open the trade, and volatility shows how quickly our analysis will play out, meaning the signal is very strong for a downward move. We can see that volatility is really high, with strong impulses, so let's wait for the close. Our entry was also good, so for now, this trade matches all the criteria perfectly. Of course, the probability of a reversal is not zero. You always have to keep that in mind, but still, I'm covering my loss and making a few $100s on top. Let's open the next trade again for $2,500, but this time let's pick a different currency pair. I'm choosing the Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. It's actually a very rare occurrence when the market behaves really steadily. That doesn't happen often, but it makes me really happy, especially since lately things have been very chaotic. So, it's hard to find good currency pairs and decent percentages, which is why we could open a sell trade right from here. So, our trade entry success rate is between 67 and 69%, which is perfectly acceptable. The probability of a reversal isn't very high either. It's below 40, and our volatility is also average. Actually, even above average at 69. So we're about to see some pretty aggressive, strong movement. And the higher the market volatility, the stronger the impulses we'll see. For example, this would be a volatility of 100. But when the price gets stuck in a single row like this, that means our volatility is around 10. And as a result, the price doesn't move anywhere. Right now, our average volatility is 69. So, as you can see, the candles, they're quite large. So, in reality, BoosterBot shows you all the information on the OTC market that you need to trade profitably. If you see a parameter you don't like, you can just skip that signal. I actually recommend that you skip those signals. BoosterBot doesn't have any limits, so you can make as many trades with it as you want. Whether it's 10 trades a day or 1,000, there are absolutely no limits. If you don't like a particular signal, just skip that trade. I'm earning another $2,300 from this trade, and let's open the next trade for $3,000. I'm choosing the euro to Swiss franc currency pair. Switching over. BoosterBot, I select this currency pair and the trade duration, 1 minute, and now we wait for the signal. We get a great buy signal. Yes, the reversal percentage is pretty high, but so is the percentage for a successful entry. So right from here, I open my trade for $3,000. So when does the OTC market operate? Look, we have bank holidays. That's Saturday and Sunday when the markets are closed. So at that time, the OTC market is active and the BoosterBot switches over automatically. How do you know it's OTC? The currency pair operates around the clock. So in the evening, yeah, you also have to consider the time zone. For example, in Europe, the markets close at night, but in America, they might close in the middle of the day. That's why, at those times, the BoosterBot automatically switches to the OTC market and, accordingly, starts analyzing it. Our team specially trained him on the DTC market so that we would have the opportunity to trade on weekend and at those moments when our market is disconnected, since, in reality, our time zones don't match up. And when it's night in Europe, it's still daytime here, it becomes difficult for us to make any forecasts on the regular financial market. As you can see, this trade is bringing me $2,700, and I'm almost at the point where I've earned my $100,000. We could open another trade, but I want to lock in this result. Here's another life hack. You can use 5-second Japanese candlesticks, and you'll be able to enter trades even more effectively. In other words, a new 5-second candlestick will serve as the best entry point for you. So, for example, you see the timer, and you want to enter a buy position here. Then, when a new 5-second candlestick forms, you wait for it to close, and as soon as it does, a new candlestick opens at that exact moment. So you enter the trade right there, and immediately a new movement begins. As a result, you profit from this entire move. But if you had entered right here, you would have already missed a few points. So here, you could easily make a profit of 10 or even 15 points. You can use this life hack on just a single 5-second candle. Our guys, our traders, use it when they trade with the BoosterBot. Just a reminder, you can get this bot through the link in the description and use it freely on the OTC market. If you have any questions, just reach out to our support account. I'll leave the link in the description as well. You don't need to download or buy anything. BoosterBot works entirely on the Telegram platform. It's a very convenient platform for bots, which is exactly why we chose it for this bot to operate on. You can also share your thoughts about this bot in the comments. I'd be interested to hear what you think. With that, I'll say goodbye for now. Links are in the description. See you soon.